Don't you think this is starting to wear on me? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon. The sun don't rise, all the light is gone from me.
This is a size 14. I self-fabric lined the top part of the halter, but not the waist area. I added an inch to the bust length and also an inch at the midriff. 0 closures. Pattern does call for them, but I decided to omit them due to the fabric being easy to pull over my head. Serged and zigzag stitched throughout. Ruching down the middle sweetheart bodice. It is a fun, cute spring-summer top. The fabric is a jersey from Behind the Pink Door in the pattern I purchased. It was good to sew. Made up in a size 12, I added 2 inch to the length. It has bust darts. I made the neckline from a circular into a square because I kind of wanted to play around. Bias binding and serged. Fabric unglaze grey with a cutout border, and I wanted to emphasise that on the hem and the sleeve cuffs. I think that's kind of pretty. Bias tape and the fabric, both from Fabricland UK. The sewing pattern came in a Sew magazine which I purchased. For this romper jumpsuit, I made it in a size 14. This pattern has both back and front darts on the bodies, darts on the back pants, pleat detail on the front. 2 deep sized pockets. Using this fabric for some reason altered the body's sizing and it is a little too large. I omitted the front body's band again. I serged throughout. Single fold on pants hem with regular straight stitch. I used a 22 inch zipper on the back, cotton fabric with a slight sheen and stretch to it, midweight from Fabricland originally. I purchased this pattern. The shoes are from the high street a few years ago. This was yet another enjoyable sew. For both these dresses I made in a size 12. The green one here is made from a viscose twill out of the Sew Hayley Jane August 2020 box. The buttons on both dresses are from Sew Jessie. I used burgundy bias tape on the hem and double folded the sleeves hem. I used a regular straight stitch. I used lightweight interfacing for both collars and button plackets. The pockets are medium size. It could be deeper, so next time I will enlarge them. I did not do breast pockets. This fabric was not good to sew and kept pulling, and in general the fabric I found quite weak with pulls, which we'll see from the images. When holding the stitching up, it pulls from the fabric. However, the pattern itself is easy to sew. I also made a long tie belt. white floral double gauze, which was from the So Hailey Jane 2021 June box. I did add 2 bust pockets. I used yellow contrast bias tape for the hem. The pattern came in the So magazine, which I purchased. The fun and colourful shoes that I'm wearing are also from Irregular Choice. The size is a 14. These pants came up way too large. For the elastic, I used a 2-inch wide for the waistband. There is knee detailing on each side, which is flat pleats. You'll see that better in the still picture. The leg pieces are in 2 pieces, thus equal 4 in total. I serged throughout. There are no pockets. These will be worn for more domestic and garden use only. The fabric is a cotton stretch twill, originally from Fabric Land. Pattern is from Love Sewing magazine, which I purchased. I will make these pants again. I will considerably size down. All in all, straightforward sew. In this I made a size 12. A lot of yardage for this frock. I wish I had the original pattern so I could make both, as there are differences between the two. Easy to construct. Darts are in the bodies. I opted to make ties for the front closures. Lots and lots of bias tape to sew. I did not measure how much I used, but believe me, there was a lot. If you enjoy bias tape sewing, this is for you. The hem I serged, folded over and then used a regular straight stitch. Did have some fabric left over, so I got 5 yards and approximately about a yard left over. Made in cotton poplin from So Jesserly, and I purchased the pattern. I made this in a size 12. Considering this has few pieces, I put this garment together in a terrible way. The stitching and construction is shocking. This frock has gathers under the bust and 2 tabs from the neckline to the sleeve side. There are gathers at the shoulders. I lined the front bodice in self fabric and not the back, therefore resulting in me having to use bias tape along the neck area. I used a 20-inch zipper. I double folded the hem and sleeve hem with regular stitch lengths. I made this from the envelope. The pattern is straightforward to sew. I was just having a bad sew day, as overall it is a really bad make. Fabric from So Jesserly Handmade, a viscose floral. Pattern from Love Sewing magazine, which I purchased. When I make this pattern again, I will size down as it's way too big. I made size 38. Great tee with a deep square neck. Sewing the corners is the only tricky process. I have made a few of these and will continue to do so as I like this style. I did slightly alter the neck size, and on this fabric, which I got from Sew Jessily, which is a Tilly and the Buttons design, it came up a little too big. I purchased this PDF, and as you guys know, I'm not usually a PDF gal, but this only comes in PDF. I made both these dresses in the size 10, view B. The exquisite fabric came from Stitch Fabrics and Rosenberg. It is Italian silk. I got the very last panel. I spent a lot of time making sure the pattern placement was used to its full advantage and not losing too much of the cockatoo and the leaves design. The fabric was lovely to sew with. I omitted the back zipper, which the pattern required, and decided to create my own design by creating a keyhole back, so the dress can simply be pulled over my head. I used 2 hook and bars for the neck closure, used yellow bias tape for the hem, originally from Fabricland. The front has 2 French darts, and unfortunately I cut them a little bit too pointy. I've never had that before happen to me. The back features 2 fisheye darts for great shaping. Pattern purchase from Sew Magazine. For this purple one, I did the exact same sizing as for the cockatoo frock, and as you can see from the photos, it came up way too tight. I felt like a squished sausage. Fabric from Fabricland, lightweight 100% cotton, and it was serged throughout. For me to get out of this dress, Teehee had to peel me out of it. I made a size 2. I made these in a cropped in a mid-weight corduroy of a wine colour. I used 4 heavy-duty jeans snips for the front fly. This pattern has 2 front deep pockets and 2 square pockets on the hiney. I used burgundy bias tape for the hem and serged the seams. I purchased the pattern, and these are a really good sew, and I have made them previously. The shoes that I was wearing with this outfit are from Irregular Choice. Righto, I kind of started off with the idea of making the Tilly and Buttons Lyra dress. However, I needed to make a mock-up, as you can see with the green photos here, and when I was trying it on, it kind of reminded me of a jacket. So I decided to get T.E.'s jeans from when he was little and cut them all up into really good sizes and save as much fabric as possible, and turn it into a me-made, me-designed denim jacket, and kind of play around with different colours from different pairs of jeans and try and use as much as possible of the denim. And I wanted 2 big pockets on the front, and the side tabs are part of the waistband. Yeah, so most of the construction of the main jacket is obviously the legs of the jeans pants. Based on the mock-up being structured, that planted the seed for this jacket. as you will see, I used my trusty hammer to affix the buttons to the jacket. There is a standalone video linked in the description for you to hear a little bit more about this jacket in detail. Have you guys ever created something completely different from a pattern? Let me know. This was a fun sew, great for recycling and repurposing, and no doubt there will be lots more in the future. So this is the actual Lyra dress. Now when I first saw this pattern, it did absolutely nothing for me, and it was only until I saw Liz's version of the Lyra dress, the baker that sews. She had made it in different colour, I believe, cotton fabrics, and she just looked absolutely exquisite. I always wanted to make a garment with lots of different colours of gingham, and after seeing Liz's, that sold me, and I was like, okay, I have got to make a Lyra out of all different colour ginghams. All these fabrics are from various people. Beyond the Pink Door, So Jessie Handmade, Fabric Land. Over these steels you will just see me starting to construct the Lyra dress and playing around with where I wanted all the different colour ginghams. The snaps are heavy duty and they were easy to install. When I make another Lyra dress, I will do an elastic waist. Here I just have a free belt, which kind of does not really go and or work. It was just something that I wanted to wear just to cinch the waist in. I did make a standalone video for this dress telling all about it, and that's linked below for you guys, so I hope you enjoy that if you've not already seen it. This, my self-drafted dress, is from the beautiful Lady McElroy fabric that I picked up whilst I was with TE, and we went to the knitting and stitching show a few months ago, and I picked up one yard and decided to self-draft a little summery dress, and all I did was measured out the space between the lines for where I would do the shirring, and then with the raw edges sewed them together. I did French seams, as you will see, and then I just cut off some fabric from the hem to create the tie and the little cross detail across the front bodice and the straps. Just for a quick reference, I'm around about a 36-inch bust, so based on a yard, this is what I managed to eke out and create for myself, and I had zero wastage.